What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. I want to focus in on a little conundrum going on up in Winnipeg regarding the unrestricted free agent futures of two key members of the Winnipeg Jets, as Andrew Ladd and Dustin Byfuglien are both due new contracts at the end of the season, or else they can become free agents. And it's kind of a tough situation for the Jets front office, as they're trying to stay in the playoff picture. They want to get these deals done, but they also know if they don't get them re-signed, they walk for nothing, and you lose them for nothing. So it is kind of a catch-22. Obviously, Andrew Ladd's your captain. Your first priority is to keep him. Actually, the Jets are not in good shape right now. I just looked it up now. 6 points out of the last playoff spot in the Western Conference. Part of it is, I think a huge part of it is they play in the toughest division in hockey. But you were a playoff team last year. What's gone wrong this year, and you can sit around and analyze that. But let's just focus in on Ladd and Byfuglien. Let's start with Ladd. I honestly think a deal gets done with Andrew Ladd. He's again the face of the franchise, so to speak, and been a guy that's really seen his game in his repertoire expand since landing in the Thrasher / Jets organization. You look at the offensive output he's had with the organization. 59 points his first year when they were in Atlanta. 46 wins in 48 games in the lockout season. This year, 27 to 46, not exactly the numbers that you're accustomed to, but I think part of it is the team struggling and his contract situation being held over his head. Again, I like Ladd a lot as a player. He is one hell of a player, but what do you want to pay him? I mean, 6 years, $39 million for a 30-year-old full power forward, and what happens. All those years of taking the hits and, playing physical kind of wear away at you. That's a big investment, and I think they'll get a 5-year deal done for, $29 million, something like that. I think they can get that done because I don't think he'll get that on the open market. I guess maybe 5 years, 32, something like that, but I don't think he's getting 6 years. I don't think the team's going to give him 6 years, but we've seen weirder circumstances before. His teammate, Dustin Byfuglien, one of my favorite guys to watch when he's on his game. It's just, unfortunately, the consistency issues have plagued Byfuglien, going back, I guess, to a certain degree, Chicago days, but particularly that 1 year in Atlanta. Yeah, he had like 40 points, the All-Star game, and then ended the year with like 50-something. It's like, just fell off and, slowed down. They're saying 5 years, 7 per, which, again, that is a shitload of money for a 30-year-old defenseman that has consistency issues, has had conditioning issues, and a lot of times, unfortunately, is hit or miss. Do you want to give him that kind of money is a legitimate question, and I don't think, given Winnipeg's budget, that they'll be able to do so. I think Byfuglien will get moved at the deadline. I think there's going to be plenty of teams that would love to trade for him. Him and Eric Staal are the two rental players of all rental players, where they're not going to re-sign with your team. They're going to go to the highest bidder in the offseason, but they're going to help you down the stretch. They've each won a Stanley Cup. They both played in big games. They know what it takes. And I think for Byfuglien, I think the Boston Bruins, Dallas Stars, and Florida Panthers are going to be the three leading runners for him, anti-respectively, which means Florida because of Dale Talent, because having his shot on a power play with Aaron Ekblad and former Blackhawk Brian Campbell, kind of rotating those three defensemen between two power play units would be very interesting and give Jiragalon some weapons to play with. I think Dallas would be interesting, and I think you could help the Bruins power play. And the Bruins already really good power play as well. It's a matter of what kind of assets those teams want to give up for him. That's going to be a piss and match. But I think he'll get moved. I think Ladd stays, and I think Byfuglien will get paid on July 1st. Some team will give him an erroneous amount of money. I just don't think it's going to be the Winnipeg Jets. But I've been wrong before. Anyway, that's all I got this episode of the Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the season and beyond. Later, guys.